and Chester does not like sitters. There's just enough time for me to grab something to eat at your post-feast, change into dry clothes, and get out of here. Can't you hear California calling my name? Don't look at me like that, Mom. I didn't even know that guy you married. I met him at your wedding, and that's the sum total of our relationship. If I remember correctly, you said he was a charmer. I expected a charmer. I did not get a charmer. I'm just saying. Maybe I should have said snake charmer, Toots said vaguely. Leland was like this gorgeously wrapped present that when opened was quite tacky. I was stunned, but I did marry the man, so I had to make the best of it. He's gone now, so perhaps we shouldn't speak ill of him. I'll mourn for 10 days for the sake of appearance, then get on with my life. I'm going to find a hobby to keep myself busy. I'm sick and tired of doing good deeds. Anyone can do good deeds. Anyone can garden and grow one-of-a-kind roses. I need to do something that will make a difference, something challenging, something I can really sink my teeth into. That's another thing. Leland wore dentures. He kept them in a cup in the bathroom at night. I could never get used to that. He wasn't very good in bed, either. That's probably more than I need to know, Mom. I'm just saying, Abby, I don't want you to think your mom is callous. You have to admit, I did have 7 happy marriages. I should have hung up my garter belt when Dolph died. Did I do that? No, I did not. I let Leland sweep me off my feet, dentures and all. Sometimes life is so unfair. That's enough of a pity party for me. Tell me how it's going out there in sunny California. How's the job going? What's the latest hot gossip and who is doing what to whom in Hollywood? Abby Simpson, Toots's daughter by her first husband, John Simpson, the absolute love of Toots's life, was a reporter for a second-rate tabloid, The Informer, based in Los Angeles. She was a second-string runner, which meant she had to hit the pavement and find her own stories, then elaborate on them for the public's insatiable appetite for Hollywood gossip. Rodwell Archibald Godfrey, otherwise known as Rag to us underlings, called me into his office and told me he wants more product. I can't make it happen if it isn't out there. All the A-list papers seem to get the stories first. I think this is just another way of saying he is not happy with my work. I applied to the other tabloids, but they're full up and not taking on anyone new. I'm doing my best. I just managed to make my mortgage payment every month and have enough left over to buy dog food. No, you cannot help me, Mom. I'm going to make it on my own, so let's not go down that road. My break is coming. I can feel it. By the way, I brought a stack of future issues for you to read. I have stuff in all of them. I can't get used to the idea that you people make all that stuff up. Then it happens. And you print weeks in advance of what's happening, Toots said. Abby laughed. It's not quite that way, but you're close. Well, we're home and you have guests. You really know how to throw a funeral, Mom. Event, dear. Funeral is such a dreary word. It conjures up all kinds of dismal thinking. Abby laughed as she climbed out of the limo and marched up the steps to the wide veranda of her mother's house. Both women raced upstairs to change into dry clothing before they had to meet with the guests who would be coming by to pay their last respects. Toots looked at herself in the long mirror in her room. Yes, she did look bedraggled, but wasn't a widow supposed to look a little bedraggled? Black is not my best color, she muttered to herself as she tossed her mourning outfit into a heap on the floor in the bathroom. She donned another black dress, added a string of pearls, brushed out her hair, sprayed on some perfume, and felt refreshed enough to go downstairs and socialize for an hour or so. Burying the dead was so time-consuming. Even the aftermath took an eternity. All she wanted to do was retire to her sitting room to read the pile of tabloids Abby had brought with her. Not for the world would Toots ever admit that she was addicted to tabloid gossip. But for now, she had a duty to perform, and perform it she would. She had all evening to read her treasured tabloids and guzzle a little wine while doing so. She'd drink to Leland, and that would be the end of this chapter in her life. Time to move on, something she was very good